Hey guys, so today's video is going to be the my first time tag, as you can tell from the title. I just came across this. I've seen it before on YouTube, but I just came across it the other day and decided I should do it because I haven't done a tag video in ages. So yeah, I just thought I'd do one. So here we are. Question 1 is first tweet, and I actually have no idea how to use Twitter. I have it and I don't know how to use it, so I don't know if I've actually, I've never actually posted a tweet. I've only ever retweeted people, so I haven't actually posted one. First YouTube video. This was a 3-minute get ready with me. It's still up on my channel if you want to watch it. Literally I was getting ready for dinner and I tried to film so many times before and it just wasn't working out. I tried to talk to the camera, it just wasn't happening. I just sounded really awkward and didn't want me to be portrayed like that. Yeah, it was just a video with music playing over it. First person you subscribed to on YouTube. I think the first person I subscribed to was probably Marlena from Makeup Geek. I'm pretty sure she was the first person I really found and subscribed to. And then I think I found Carly Bible after her. First Facebook profile pic. Well, I'll have to look. Oh, it's a very cute one. I don't want to blind you with the ring light, but it's a photo of me at my Year 10 formal, my nan and my pop, and the caption is "Always loved, never forgotten," because my poppy passed away. So yeah, I actually really love this photo. Do you still talk to your first love? No, I don't. The first person I truly probably loved, we were in a I don't know, it's hard to explain because I had a relationship before this, but it was only for 6 months. I was really young and I don't think I knew what love was. But when I was very first in love, yeah, no, I don't talk to that person anymore. If I passed him, he actually dates a girl that I'm friends with. So they've been together for a long time now. So if I see them, I obviously say hello, but we don't talk at all. What was your first alcoholic drink? I think it would have been wine out of one of those bags. Well, we in Australia we call them goon bags. It's really so bogan, but they're just basically wine in the bags. They're like Fruity Lexia and things like that. And Mum used to have them in the back fridge, and one of my friends used to come over and we used to think it was so cool to drink Mum's wine in my bedroom at 11 p.m. What was your first job? My first job was pretty much at a bakery. I was 14 years old and I just wanted to get a job. I applied to this bakery and it was awful, let me tell you. It was owned by Asian ladies who really didn't speak a lot of English at all. They paid me, I think, $5.50 an hour. It was really bad. I tried my best. I went to work and then I told them I was going away to my grandparents' house for Christmas and that I couldn't work during the week of Christmas, and they said, no, you need to go away the week after Christmas. And I said, well, no, I can't. And they said, oh, you don't work here anymore. I was like, okay. But before that, I was always I was seriously the kid who was always looking for jobs and looking to work and earn money. So before that, I made up a little flyer and put it in all my neighbors' mailboxes and said I'd be a dog walker. And I didn't get any dog walking offers, but I did get the offer from one of my neighbors. She had a white cat called Sushi, and she used to go away a lot, so she used to pay me $3 a day to go and feed her. So some weeks, sometimes she'd be gone for a while, and I'd get I remember getting $42 or something, and I was just like, whoa, I'm rich, I have so much money. But she was the loveliest lady and she had such a nice house, and yeah. So that was one of my jobs. What was your first car? My first car was a silver Ford Fiesta. And her name was Gracie, we called it. It was a little 2-door bubble car, and it was a good car for my first car. Who was the first person to text you today? That was Matt. He's the only person I've texted today. So yeah, my boyfriend. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? Probably Matt, because he's gone on a little camping trip, so yeah, I woke up alone, so I was like, oh, where's Matt? You know that split second where you wake up and you're like, oh my god, you don't know where you are and you don't know what's happening. So he was probably the first person I thought of. Who was your first grade teacher? I don't remember her name, but I remember, this is the weirdest little story. I remember one morning my mum, I was in year 1, so I was like, what, 6 or 7? 6 probably. And this is when I still lived in Bathurst, and mum packed me a Snickers bar for my lunch, and I was just so excited about it that I couldn't wait. I had to eat it. Like, I had to have it. So before I went into class, I was out there and I was eating my Snickers bar. I thought I'd just have like half of it. Anyway, the teacher came out and she was like, really? She's like, what are you doing? Why are you eating now? It's not time to eat. Go and get in the classroom. And she was really mean to me. And then I went in the classroom and then she was like, right class, we have to start late today because someone was out in the corridor eating. And I was just like, when I think about that now, I was like, that is so mean. I was just like this tiny little kid just fucking excited about my Snickers bar, and she was so rude and made me feel so embarrassed. Oh, so I don't remember her name, and probably for a very good reason. Where did you go on your first ride on an aeroplane? It would have been just to Queensland on a family holiday. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? I would say my first best friend, like proper best friend that we did everything together, would be Tiff. And yes, we do still talk. We actually worked together for a long time after we finished school. But yeah, she was my best friend. We used to do absolutely everything together, and we are still very, very good friends. So it is so nice to have a friend that you're still good friends with, even to this day, like 10 to 15 years later. It's awesome. Where was your first sleepover? This was at a little girl's house who lived down the road from me. And I remember we watched Alice in Wonderland, like the cartoon movie, that night. And then when she came to stay at my house, she cried and had to get picked up and go home, and I was always like, oh, dude, are you serious? But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my first sleepover, and I always used to wake up really early before everyone and just lay there like waiting. What was the first thing you did this morning? I fed Luna. That was the first thing I did because I opened the door and she's right there meowing at me to feed her. What was the first concert you ever went to? I'm pretty sure it was the Taylor Swift concert. I'm pretty sure that was the first one I ever went to. I went to it with one of my friends, Abby. My mum took us and it was the best thing ever, and it was really random because it was in Sydney and my cousin from Queensland was seeing it too, and she literally was in the hotel room like 2 doors down from us, so we ended up all getting to hang out and it was actually really fun. I hate my hair today. First broken bone. I've never broken a bone in my entire life. Touch wood, I hope I never do. First piercing was just my ears when I was 5 years old. That was when I was allowed to get my ears pierced, and yeah, that was my first piercing. First foreign country you've gone to. I've only actually been to one foreign country and it's Thailand, but I've been there twice. First movie you remember seeing. I know that I was taken to the movies to see 101 Dalmatians and Star Wars when I was younger, but I obviously don't really remember that. I honestly don't know. The first movie I remember seeing with my friends at the cinemas, like where I was allowed to go with my friends and no one else, was what was it called? It was that movie with Jessica Simpson in it and the car, like red car. What was it called? The Dukes of Hazzard, that's it, The Dukes of Hazzard. I just Google searched Jessica Simpson in the movie with boots are made for walking because I remember that being in there. Yeah, so I remember going and seeing that, and I had a chalk top and it spilled on my chair and it transferred onto my blue jeans, so looked like I had poo on my pants. When was your first detention? Oh my god. I was only in year 3 and I thought it was a really cool idea to write on the toilet walls. That was my rebellion. So I remember I wrote sex. I wrote S-E-X on the toilet doors. And I got caught and I got in trouble and I got a detention. But it was shit because the day I was supposed to have a detention was my birthday, and I said it was my birthday, and the teacher felt bad for me and she said, oh well, you don't have to do your detention today, you can do it tomorrow. Anyway, next day rolls around. I should have just done it on my birthday with everyone else, because then I had to sit alone with like all the kids that were like 4 years older than me, and it was just awful. I hated it. Who was your first roommate? Matt. I've never had a roommate. I've never lived with a friend. I never could live with a friend, to be quite honest. I love my friends, but I couldn't live with any of them. I need my own space. I share a home with my boyfriend, like my partner in life, and my cat. Like that's the way I see my life panning out. I don't want to live with a friend. So yeah, I've never had a roommate. If you had one wish, what would it be? That's not a first time question, but that's hard. That's really hard. I think it would just be that everyone in my life was happy and healthy and content. I think that's the most broad one I can do. What was the first sport you were involved in? It would have just been netball. I used to play Saturday netball on a weekend. Obviously, Saturday on a weekend. And yeah, I played that for a lot of years. So yeah, it would have been netball. What is the first thing you do when you get home? I put my bag down, I pat my cat, I give Matt a kiss, and yeah, it's usually the first thing I do. And the last question is, when was your first kiss? My first like peck on the lips was in about year 4, I think, and we were all sitting in a circle. I had a boyfriend. Whoa, I was always the girl with no boyfriend because I was like a little chubby kid and I was shy and I didn't talk to anyone, so I was always that kid. But I actually had a boyfriend, and we're all sitting in a circle, all of us and our boyfriends, and we go around in a circle and turn around and peck our significant other. So that was my first like peck. But my first like proper make out kiss was, I think I was like 13. I was young. I was 13 and I was in the movies, and yeah, I got a hair in my mouth. One of my hairs just decided to go into my mouth and involve itself in that kiss, and I should have known something like that would happen to me. Like, embarrassing stuff always happens to me. So that is it for this my first time tag, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to do this tag, I tell you to go and do it on your channel, or leave a comment down below telling me an answer to one of these questions. I would love to hear your little answers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's any more tags or anything that you'd like me to do. I've got a seed in my mouth. I was going to do a Q&A and I posted on my Instagram, but I got like 2 questions, so that's not gonna happen. I just figured I'd do a tag video. But yeah, let me know if there's any videos that you guys would like me to do in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give it a like if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!